Wil je er weer bij? Kom maar. Goed zo. Look that. Okay. Welcome to another video with another special guest. We have here my dog Yuna. Yeah, you go and lay. Ga maar liggen. Obviously for this video I had to wear my Edinburgh sweater that I bought. Personally, I think we also need a little friend. Yeah, little friend. Right there. My Scotland teddy bear. Oh, and my real life teddy bear is on my lap. Cute. I thought today we are going to talk about all the books that I bought in Edinburgh, which is a lot. Mind you, I have never in my reading life, well, I've been once to London for 24 hours with class. That was not really a success. I don't think I went into any bookstores back then either. So this was actually like one of the first times that I was actually like, yeah, I need to visit all the bookstores in Edinburgh. We just need to, like, I can't not do that. So thankfully my sister was also very excited about all the bookstores and obviously about the cafes and bookstores, because that's amazing to have bookstores with cafes in it. You don't see a lot of them in the Netherlands. Literally the only two are, there's a Paagman, I think it's called, in Amsterdam, and ABC American bookstore. Yeah, American bookstore. Those two have cafes, and I've only been at the first one because they do have a decent cup of coffee, and that one's close to Amsterdam Central Station. Yeah, I've never really had the luxury of being surrounded by books and drinking coffee. Yeah, the only luxury I have that is when I do it in my home, which obviously gives a little bit of a different feeling, right? But yeah, I bought 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's not right. 11. Oh no, I forgot one, and now I need to pick her up. Oh no. Wait a second. Okay, we're back. Woo. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, I hate it when I have to like stand up and wake her up. I hate doing that. Come on. Yes. Okay. We got 11 books. I'm not gonna do it in order because honestly I don't remember. We went to so many I don't remember. So the first one that I have here that I tried to read in the plane but I didn't get far is The Sunset Song by Lewis Gressick Gibbon. Apparently this is actually like kind of like a classic story. It's been twice voted Scotland's favorite book, so I obviously had to get that. Faced with a choice between a harsh farming life and a world of books and learning, Chris Guthrie chooses to remain in her rural community, bound by her intense love of the land. But everything changes with the arrival of the First World War, and Chris finds her land altered beyond recognition. One of the greatest and most heartbreaking love stories ever told, Sunset Song offers a powerful portrait of land and people in turmoil. But it did sound really interesting, and I wanted to go to Scotland and just buy a lot of Scottish books, so expect that. There's a lot of Scottish books. Then I have this one, which, look at floppy, that's amazing. This is Where Are the Women? A Guide to an Imagined Scotland. A tantalizing glimpse of an alternative universe where the female contribution is prized. I don't know if you can tell the cover very well, to be honest, because with the lighting it is so hard to show you. I hope you saw it. I don't know. Can you imagine a different Scotland? A Scotland where women are commemorated in statues and streets and buildings, even in the hills and valleys. This is a guidebook to the alternate nation. In this guide, streets, buildings, statues and monuments are dedicated to real women, telling their often unknown stories. I don't know, but I saw this and I was like, this is something that they always need. Just like a book about just feminism. Feminism that could have been. That should have been, I feel like. Anyway, I thought it was really cool. And it has like this map. That's pretty cool. It has some drawings in it, I saw. So cool. Aww, the lone lass. Oh, darling. Cool. Okay, and then I went to a vintage bookstore, and I mainly bought this because I just really wanted a vintage book from that bookstore. It's got something with armchairs. Wait a second, my mom. Oh. Aww. My dog just left me. Anyway, so this was like armchair vintage bookstore or something, and it's called Espresso Tales from Alexander McCall Smith. But I took this out and I was like looking at a cover and I was like, they sent the latest from 44 Scotland Street. That. So I grabbed it. I have no idea what it's about. I don't even know if I really am going to read it. Sometimes you just buy books because you're somewhere and you want to read something from that place. You want to have a book from that place just to remember it. Oh right, I got a bookmark with it. Armchair books. Cute. That's going to be in my book journal. Since the comings and goings at 44 Scotland Street first appeared in daily episodes in the pages of Scotsman's newspaper in 2004, the inhabitants of that Edinburgh new town house have become familiar to Alexander McCall Smith, growing army of fans. The first serial novel, 44 Scotland Street, was collected in book form and became an instant hit both in Great Britain and the United States, where it appeared in the top 10 of a number of bestseller lists across the country. I still have no idea what this is about. But apparently this is actually more a continuation of 44 Scotland Street. And then in this new volume, Espresso Tales, we see the continuation of many themes. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to read this because obviously I would need to read the first book of this, I think. But it is cool, isn't it? Well, I find it cool. There's also this really cool map. Oh, there. Yeah, really cool map. It has like Princess Street, which obviously I walks. Got the castle. Then I'm sitting very weird now. Then I also found this one. This one I actually do remember. I found this in the airport, and it was the only book. And I was trying to look for like where else it was because this cover is a little bit. I mean, it's not the prettiest cover. I don't remember why. Well, I think it's been between so many books now that for like a few weeks that it's like straightened itself out. But this is called Windswept. Life, Nature and Deep Times in the Scottish Highlands. An exhilarating account of life lived closer to the elements than most of us will ever have the chance to experience. I also just thought that the cover was really cool. Walk with Annie as she lays quartz stones in the rivers to attract salmon, as she watches otters play tag across the beach, as she is awoken by the feral bellowings of stags. Travel back in time to the epic story of how Scotland's valleys were carved by glaciers, how rivers sighted paths through mountains, how the earliest people found a way of life in the Highlands, and how she then found a home there millennia later. That does sound really cool. That literally sounds like I'm going to read about someone who's going to do everything in the Highlands, you know, like everything that we all probably did back in the day, you know, before we had such luxury. That's how this feels like. Super exciting, super cool. And the cover is gorgeous. I found the cover so gorgeous. Then this one is The King's Witches by Kate Foster. This is the land where they kill queens. Edinburgh, 1589. Princess Anna of Denmark is to wed King James V of Scotland. But first she must pass a trial period, 1 year of marriage to prove herself worthy. Under the watchful eye of her loyal lady-in-waiting, Kirsten, that's my sister's name, Anna resolves to be the perfect royal bride, until she meets Lord Henry. Meanwhile, young housemaid Jura has recently fled to the capital, seeking protection and anonymity. But her newfound safety is soon threatened when she is caught up in a witchcraft mania that has gripped the country and its new queen. Sounds pretty good to me, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Come on, that sounds like a good fantasy series. Fantasy book. I hope it's not Siri. I don't know. Anyway, my sister saw this book and she found it very funny that her name was in it. And I was like, damn, this sounds really good. Also, I found so many books about Edinburgh. So many books that are set in Edinburgh. Really cool. Really cool. Then, my sister also found this one for me, I think. Yeah, she did. The Last Witch of Scotland by Philip Harris. Also, another beautiful cover. Like, what the heck are they doing with these covers? This is gorgeous. Scottish Highlands, 1727. In the aftermath of a tragic fire that kills her father, Ayla and her mother, Janet, move to a remote parish. Blending in does not come easily to the woman. Ayla was badly burned in a fire and left with visible scars, while her mother struggles to maintain her grip on reality. When a new minister is appointed, he develops a strange curiosity for the two women that sets them even further apart from the community. Then arrives a motley troupe of travelling entertainers from Edinburgh, led by the charismatic but mysterious Jack. It is just the distraction Janet and Ayla need, bringing them joy and hope for the first time since Ayla's father's death. But in this small community, faith is more powerful than truth, and whispers more dangerous ever than fire. Haunting and deeply moving, The Last Witch of Scotland is a story of love, loyalty, and sacrifice, inspired by the true story of the last person in Britain to be executed for witchcraft. Whoa. I did read once a book about the defense of witches or something like that, and I really enjoyed that one. So this sounds pretty good to me. A little scared that this is inspired by the true story of somebody who died because of witchcraft. That freaks me out. But that's also like how it was. Yeah. Okay, anyway, cool. The Falconer by Elizabeth May. Also pretty cool book. This was an accidental book that I stumbled... Oh, also. This is an accidental book that I stumbled upon, and I was reading the back, and it says, "Hunt the Fae, cage the monsters, guard the prison." In Edinburgh, it was an accident. It was an accident this time. A secret war rages between humans and Fae, and the magic in Elena's Cameron's blood is all that keeps the most lethal monsters imprisoned beneath the city. But when the creatures she once pursued begin to hunt her, Elena has no choice but to ally with Carrion McKay, the beautiful Fae assassin with his own agenda. The chemistry between them is as incendiary as the battles raging through the streets. And as the body count climbs, Elena faces a choice. How much is she willing to sacrifice to save her city, her friends, herself? Because the Fae won't stop until their kin are freed, and she's the only thing standing in their way. Set in Victorian-era Scotland and filled to the brim with Fae, this historical romantic adventure will sweep you away. That rhymes! Oh, that was funny. Okay. Yeah, super good. Oh my god. On the back it only says like reviews from Goodreads. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Anyway, sounds really good, doesn't it? Ooh, is this a series? I don't know. Yeah, it is. Number 1. Ooh. It's 3 books I see, I think. Anyway, super interesting. Again, I keep saying super interesting, but honestly, it really is. My battery's dying. Okay, new battery. And then we bought... this one I also found at the airport. Silent Bones by Val McDermott. It's a thriller, a crime novel. The truth is buried just beneath the surface. When torrential rain causes a landslide on a motorway in Scotland, it reveals a crime scene. Someone hid a body in a tarmac 11 years before. Journalist Sam Nemo has been the prime suspect in the murder of his fiancée when he disappeared, and now DCI Karen Perry and her Historic Cases unit must find out who buried him and why. Meanwhile, in Edinburgh, new evidence reopens a closed case in the accidental death of a hotel manager starts to look like murder. But what did Tom Jamison's book club have to do with his demise? And what will they do to keep their secrets? Karen and her team begin to entangle a web of lies, one that connects the murder cases with Scotland's rich and powerful. They will be tested to their limits and possibly beyond. What an amount of books. We have 3 more, guys. So this one is the Scottish book pick of the month. And with this sticker we also, and with this one we also got 2 free cups of free coffee. Really nice. Really nice. Beautiful. This is called The Stalking Murders. So this book is A Case Shrouded in Secrets. It's just before Christmas 1953. Gresby and Juggers are investigating a puzzling murder in the remote village of Euclid Bay. A fisherman has been found dead on the beach with a stocking wound right around his throat. A festive mystery for one and all. Hundreds of pairs of stockings in neat cellophane bags soon wash up on the shore. A blizzard cuts off Gresby and Juggers from help, and the local innkeeper is murdered. Any remaining Christmas cheer goes up in smoke as the villagers refuse to talk, leaving the 2 detectives chasing false leads in the snow. A winter wonderland with no escape. To make matters worse, Gresby can't stop thinking about stockings. Why does everyone seem to be enjoying strangely high standards of hosiery, even beneath their oil skins? Who's the sinister man snooping around their hotel? And how can they solve the murder when everyone in the village is a suspect? Doesn't this sound so good? I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued. And obviously it's December, so I really want to read this. And then we have 2 random books that I saw at the airport that have nothing to do with Edinburgh. They were, if you bought both of them, or they were on an aisle where if you buy 2 of them you get 1 half off. So I did that. But I'm still confused because I feel like I didn't get half off. Did I ask anyone who worked there about it? No. I just left it for what it was. So I bought this one. Oh, another floppy book. A floppy book? Floppy book. I found this one that's called Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. And didn't I recently buy... Yeah, I recently bought Shy Creatures by the same author. So this is about 1957, the suburbs of southeast London. Oh, we're in London. Jean Sweeney is a journalist on a local paper, trapped in a life of duty and disappointment from which there is no likelihood of escape. When a young woman, Gretchen Tilbury, contacts the paper to claim that her daughter is the result of a virgin birth, it is down to Jean to discover whether she is a miracle or a fraud. As the investigation turns her quiet life inside out, Jean is suddenly given an unexpected chance at friendship, love, and possibly happiness. But there will inevitably be a price to pay. Yeah, so this is called Small Pleasures. I have no idea if I said the name. But the cover is really cute. It's really summery, so I'm not going to read that until... Well, does it say it? Yeah. It doesn't really say if it's like spring or summery, but the cover feels summery. So... Last one. Falling Like Leaves. Very autumny. This is as the season changes, so will our hearts. Moving from New York to Bramble Falls, Connecticut was not part of Ellie's plan. Bramble Falls might be charming, but it's full of distractions, like local barista Cooper, Ellie's one-time best friend and first kiss, who has majorly glowed up and wants nothing to do with her. Ooh. Then there's the Falling Leaves Festival, celebrating everything autumn, where Alice can't stop bumping into Cooper. As she falls for the town and the people in it, Alice finds that there are some things you can't plan for. This really gives me like Gilmore Girl vibes. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, because if I feel like it's going to be too much like Gilmore Girls, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it, because honestly Gilmore Girls is its own thing and I love that series and it's very dear to my heart. But I can't stand when romance books are like that standard, you know? Like sometimes you just need to read like something else, because like I watch it every season anyway, like. So I'm hoping this is something else, obviously, but we shall see. It's definitely something that I should actually, maybe I should have put this on my December TBR too, because now it's fall, but on when? The 22nd of December? It's gonna be winter. So maybe I should have put this on my December TBR. Maybe I will put it next to my December TBR. I literally just filmed my December TBR, like literally like an hour ago. Anyway, these are all the books that I bought in Edinburgh. If you stayed until the end, well done. Well done. Insane guys. I went a little nuts, but like I said, I don't have that whole, you know, going to a massive bookstore and sitting there drinking coffee. Like I never really had that full on experience except in Amsterdam, and in Amsterdam I'm always so overwhelmed that you know, I don't really go there often, especially not since I've been really into reading. I think the first few times I went with my best friend, but I don't really talk to her anymore, so I don't really have anyone to go with me to Amsterdam, and I'm way too scared to go alone. So I only go to the bookstore in town, and that has like a little English section and the rest is just Dutch. So that's a bit of a bummer. But this was like a wonderful experience because I just never really had that full experience. Obviously not the only thing we did was going to bookstores. If you do want to know what we did, I did film a vlog of Edinburgh. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.